Well, thanks everybody for coming out. Here we are at the annual Mayor and a Pothole press conference. It must be a rite of spring. It's here. When you think about some of the big challenges that we're facing as a society right now, including our city, we've got the pandemic going on. We've got marches for racial justice. We got an economy, gun violence. A lot of these things are taking place all over the country and our city as well. And we got teams of people and community partners that are really working every day to make progress on those critical concerns. And at the same time as we got these kind of really enormous and big, complicated challenges, you can't lose sight that you got to take care of the basic functions of the government and the day out and the day in and the day out daily business of running the city government. And there is no more basic, more foundational to what people expect from city government than the work that we are about ready to highlight today. And that is filling potholes in our roads, paving, street sweeping, trash collections, and much, much more. So these are the essential jobs that are the responsibility of our dedicated public works team, several of whom you see standing behind me right here. Now, this is an especially busy time for these hardworking folks. Think about all what's going on. Our public works team did a really, really outstanding job with the snow and ice we saw last month. Really appreciate the whole department, especially the members of our fabulous snow team who work day and night all over the city to keep our roads clear and safe, and they did just, I think, an outstanding job. Now we're transitioning to spring. It's a beautiful day here, which officially arrives in less than 2 weeks. So today we are launching our Pothole Blitz, when the Roads Division performs many of the 40,000 potholes it repairs every year. How do you do 40,000 potholes? One at a time. And we're going to do a couple of them here today. So this is the time of year also when the engineering division gets underway with paving season. We paved over 800 miles of roads, lane miles. We paved over 800 lane miles of roads over the last 4 years. So we've been really getting after that. Next week is also the start of street sweeping season, when the solid waste division sends sweeper trucks to clean up streets throughout the city. And April 1st is the scheduled start of yard waste collection season as people get back to work in their gardens and mowing their lawns. I want to thank the members of the Metro Council for their partnership and support for paving and all of our public works efforts. And their support makes it possible for the Roads Division of Public Works to do their work. And of course, they're working to fill potholes year-round as soon as they are reported. But every year, we also launch a grid pattern blitz through the city's streets during March and April to patch every pothole we can find. And like everything else we do, Public Works is a partnership between Metro government and, of course, the citizens of Louisville. They are Metro government. So we ask our citizens to help us. Here's how they can do it. We ask residents to help by reporting potholes to Metro Call 311 to supplement that grid work that we have planned. There are 3 different ways to report potholes. Number 1, if you're on Twitter, you can use the hashtag 502pothole. Makes you feel like a real citizen. 502pothole. Just include the address or intersection where the pothole is located, along with hashtag 502pothole in a tweet, and you're done. Second, there's a pothole reporting form that you can find at the top of the city's webpage, which of course is louisvilleky.gov. Just click on the Report a Pothole link and fill in the location information. And then as always, you can contact Metro Call 311. Call them at 311 or 574-5000, or download the Metro Call 311 app on your smartphone and use it to report a pothole. All right? Chief Burns, Director Burns, we thank you for your leadership here of the team. You've been busy with the snow team and everything else. And to all of the guys and gals that are helping us out, we appreciate you all very much. So we're going to fill a pothole in a minute. Before we do that, if there's any questions, we'd be happy to take those. Perfect.
I had a quick question. I was wondering if you could address the violence we saw last night, 3 fatal shootings in a matter of 2 hours, and also the increase in protests over the weekend. Is there a plan for the week ahead? How do you expect that to play out?
Yeah. No, we had about a quiet 7-day period, then, as you know, 3 homicides in a couple hours. I mean, it's aggravating, it's frustrating, it's unacceptable, and we're just going to keep working with the community and LMPD to do better. We need help from our citizens. Most everybody knows somebody that's behind one of these homicides, and so we need help to get those folks off the streets. The facts are really there's a relatively small number of shooters and shot callers, and if they don't want to get out of the business, we need to get them out of the business. So we need help from our public to do that. This coming budget season is going to be really critical too, in terms of amplifying the efforts of our Safe and Healthy Neighborhoods Department and the Police Department, working together with the citizens so that we're all trying to combat gun violence together. So it's a problem here in our city. It's a problem in almost every city around the country right now, and it's a real problem for us.
We saw protests over the weekend.
Yep.
Again.
Yep. Protest, we had a caravan. We're trying to work with the caravan so that they can be conducted safely. We don't want them to interrupt traffic or have any unlawful activity. LMPD wants to work with them, but we can't have that kind of interruption of public safety. So we're working and talking with the protest groups so that we can have rules of the road so things can be done where they can exercise their First Amendment rights, but do so in a lawful way. Not all the protesters want to talk to us, to be frank about it as well. So going into this weekend, it's obviously an important weekend as we commemorate the 1 year from Breonna Taylor's death. And so we're talking to protest groups about that. Obviously, we got a full public safety plan, and we'll be talking about that tomorrow or Wednesday. And I want to emphasize that public safety plan needs to be one that's co-produced by everybody. It's not just a police plan. It's a police plan working with protest groups, working with the community so we can have a good, safe weekend with people exercising their First Amendment rights.
Mayor, I'm sorry, I've got a question for another reporter. They say, what do you have to say to the parents, participants of the cheer competition that, as you know, was disrupted by Black Lives Matter, who were upset after their encounter with protesters? They felt very intimidated. That happened on Sunday. What is being done to prevent similar conflicts or future events?
Yeah, no, look, there's no excuse from the type of, there's no excuse with the type of behavior that took place to intimidate young children when they're going into a cheer competition. They have every right to be able to peacefully move in and move out. LMPD obviously was on hand. People do have First Amendment rights. Unfortunately, part of that is when people can be obnoxious, but when they cross the line is when LMPD moved in. So we're really sorry for the people that were inconvenienced by that, and it's not a good look, and it's just, to me, it doesn't make any sense on what people think the positive outcome is going to be when you do something like that to people that are visiting our city or people that live here as well. All right, let's fill a pothole.